Hello and welcome to another episode of Battletech, and we are in the end game here. We're in the final stages. As we take a look at our contracts, we have the last priority mission. Oh, this is exciting. But I'd like to play a couple more missions before we go in there, as while we do have, if we take a look at our mech bay, we have a full lance of assaults, which will be very useful. We also have a backup lance of heavies. I would like to just do a couple more missions, maybe upgrade these things a little bit more, and then we'll be ready for it. For this Docker, what I think I want to do for it is make this thing, because I'm a brawl person in this game. I just see the power of the short range and it makes me happy inside. We have got some very powerful CERM 6s here that have a lot of stability damage and a lot of regular bonus damage. We're going to slap those on there. Let's max out that armor so we're tanky as hell. And then just get some lasers on this. I don't think we need extra special lasers. I think we just need normal lasers. We'll try that. We have 20 tons remaining. This is ridiculous. So let's just get some more normal lasers on there. So 4 CERM 6 medium lasers. Then we'll get some amount of SRM ammo. However we want to do that. Just say maybe a couple tons in each leg sort of thing. If we had 4 tons of SRM ammo, I think that is more than enough for something like this, and then fill the thing with heat sinks. Just absolutely pack it full, because we want this heat efficiency very much so. We got still 5 tons remaining. Oh my god. Excellent. And with 0.13 we will strip off a little bit of armor from each leg, get it down to 145 each. That gives us one last heatsink. Now the question is, do we want to take any jumps with this thing? We're going to have lots of heat. We're going to have lots of firepower so that we can kick some ass with this. But it's going to be a little slow. I don't know. I'm kind of okay with this thing being slow, being my short-range derp cannon with a whole bunch of heat efficiency. If I took, say, a heatsink off, I could put a single jump into it. It's probably not worth it. But still, just hell yes, this looks good. Take a look at our energy weapons. We do have some additional strength lasers, but I'll leave them off for now. Even just with the mass SRMs, this thing is going to be kick ass. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Let us confirm this. It's going to take a few days to put this together, but that is completely fine, as we still have plenty of mechs to work with. So while that's being worked on, we might just wait for it, because Behemoth is out of action right now. We have plenty of money right now, so we don't have to worry about our financial report or anything here in a few days. And then we can get Behemoth and the Stalker ready to use. Kel's request early in the morning. The doctor knocks on your door excitedly. Commander, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm not supposed to share this, but Morgan Kell contacted me directly. He needs my expertise to study a rare piece of lost tech. Slow down. The Morgan Kell? I know, he's a living legend. Unfortunately, there aren't many records on how 400-year-old technology works. I know it's a lot to ask, but can you grant me 1 meek, 500,000 C-bills, and a dozen techs? I think we can really help him. Not a bad potential ally, right? Oh. Yeah, I want to commit all my stuff. 10 skill and 500,000, got more than enough money. Get me a lost tech piece. I gain a double heatsink. Yes. Which is nice. Another DHS. Doctor returns from helping Morgan Kell. She calls you to the command center. A hollow vid of Kell shimmers in the air. I regret not going to you directly, Commander, but my self-imposed exile has kept the Credans from hunting for me. It's hard to know who I can trust anymore, but I took a calculated risk. They played down their successes, but she was far better work than my last engineer. She mentioned your contributions, provided the final push she needed. I'll send over a token of my thanks from the time in the periphery. Just don't go waving it around, alright? Oh, one more thing, Cal pauses, stroking his beard. If you ever hear any tales about a phantom mech, don't correct them. The holoveil blinks out and Cal vanishes. I got a double heatsink.
Financial report for you, Commander.
Yeah, that's awesome. Still got plenty of money. We put a lot of our mechs away in storage, so we reduced our monthly costs, and we'll just keep with normal. Excellent. Excellent. 3 days until the Argo is done its training module,
Those upgrades you asked
in
for
which case we
are
can get
automatic,
another
Commander.
upgrade going, although there's a real question of whether or not we will need to do that.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
Get Gamma Pod creating anyway. I mean, it's only going to be a few more missions and we're done the game, which would be pretty cool. But unfortunately, since we loaned those tech supports, it took an extra few days to get the stalker ready, but 2, 1, and complete. Alright. We are ready to go. Let us jump into contracts and choose one for this episode. Alright. Let's do settling a grudge. I'm just gonna work through them. Probably just the missions on this planet, and then we'll do the priority mission, which will cause us to travel to the other system. But settling a grudge. Within the last 3 months, the Tarian Concordant has struck our facilities, personnel, and supply convoys over a half a dozen times. My superiors in the gang leadership would like to even the score. We'd like to hire you to find a Taurian lance and destroy it, to demonstrate we are not without military resources on Tyrion. So it's a straight up battle. We just gotta kill some people. So let's negotiate for that. And at this point in the game, we're going for salvage, because if we can get it, we could get an assault mech or something like that out of it. Be much more valuable than our currencies. That's for sure. Alright, what do we got for our standard setup here? Behemoth, Moose, good. Scarface in that. Decker, let's set you. I'm half tempted to put you into one of these stronger mechs here. The Orion is good, and it's some good long-range support, but let's throw you in the Stalker, because, yeah, the Stalker. That'll be good. We'll see if we can get you in a position where you can fire off all those Serm 6s and shoot for the face. Ooh, this is exciting. Let's go into battle here. Deploy. Another brawl mech to add to my repertoire. Oh, I'm so excited. Frickin' mass SRM 6s on a Stalker. That's just so appropriate, I feel. But yeah, this is just simple destroy enemy forces. We just gotta kill the enemy lance, however strong they may be. And as we're loading in here, come on. Give me the button. There we go. Let's start the mission. You've arrived at location our employer specified, Commander. Move forward, acquire our target lance, and light them up. Keep an eye out for reinforcements. I get the impression these folks are a bit twitchy.
Okay, here we go.
Alright. Alright, so first, let's take a look at the battlefield. We are in a nice valley here. Looks like there's a little bit of a facility. There's some forest patches, because you know that I love to be in the forest to hide my various mech bits. A little bit of hot ground there we don't want to get into. It looks like we can just... Since we're majorly DPS and short-range DPS at that, I feel like we can just push right into this forest right here. So we'll sprint into the forest.
Got it.
Highlander is not able to get that far. Oh, enemy contact. 70-ton mech there. Highlander's not able to get that far. So I'm going to also, because the Highlander's got more long-range stuff with the Gauss rifle and LRM-20, I got to do 2 jumps, one to there, one up on top of here, and then he'll be our sort of designated support fire. Scarface sprinting forward, and Decker sprinting forward, as we have an entire set of brawl assaults ready to just push some people's faces in and make them just hate themselves. Come here, enemy. I dare you. 70-ton mech, show yourself and you will get absolutely dunked on. What do we got? Still don't know. Just to the edge of our visuals field. Ooh. 60-tonner. Okay. So just a pair of heavies so far. Nothing scary. Let's jump up and get... be in the forest, which is a good thing, and also get some spots on whatever that mech is. 60-tonner dragon? Dragon. Okay. And we actually do have a really good chance to hit on some of our weaponry here, as the guy, while he is guarded, we got 85% chance, even though he's got 3 evasion pips. That's quite nice. So why not? We'll just pump our Gauss rifle into him.
Engaging target.
Yes. A little extra damage there. Alright. So, mass SERM 6s and medium lasers. Mass medium lasers. 6s. Mass medium lasers. God, I'm so... I have such variety in my mechs. Alright, so if I move this way, I get to 60% chance. If I move to here, we don't know what the chance is because we don't have the information about him. Scarface. Come on. 55% chances.
What's up, boss?
Decker, are you that little bit closer? Can you get into a decent fire chance with this guy? No, you can't. So... I could sprint. Too bad he's in that 1 bit forward. I could have gotten him into this forest. I still think that we just need to move into the forest with all of our guys. So let's just move you forward into the forest and see what this 70-tonner is. It is a grasshopper. Alright. Which, we have okay chances to hit him, so we might as well unleash a volley and see how the grasshopper likes it.
Locking in all weapon systems.
Beautiful. He does have that 40% damage reduction, but we are on a cold map, which means that we are getting a lot of heat reduction with our attacks. Our dissipation is quite nice, so you don't really have to worry about firing every so often. We can just fire willy-nilly. Don't really care about salvaging the grasshopper. I'm looking for mechs that are bigger and stronger than that. And this character is in a position where I guess I'll just sprint. And I'll just sprint her into the forest. That one, so she can be facing a little better position.
Got it. No shooting, just running.
Get them into cover. And then see what the enemy are going to do.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
Everybody's inspired, and now we should have enough to do a cold shot. That is a lot of learns.
You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Well, of course we do. This is what happens to us. So something right here was firing LRMs. Grasshopper is moving forward. No worries about that. That's what the Banshee is for. It is meant to take damage. Banshee's actually probably going to rush you and shoot you. Daka coming in from a distance. Some kind of Daka, not sure what. There's a contact right here. 60-ton mech. Unsure what that is. Oh, another dragon. A little bit of LRMs coming in. And this dragon is going to dive into the forest. No, he's actually just going to stand there. You will be a easy target for my Highlander.
Damage minimal.
Alright. Let's see. This guy's obviously the closest, but he does have
Receiving you.
damage reduction from being in the forest. So he has that 20%. This guy is actually out of the forest. He is entrenched, but he doesn't have any damage reduction. So I think for first off, Moose is definitely taking a shot at this guy and seeing what he can do about it. Precision? What kind of numbers do you get again? Just still 5% on the head. So I'll save the precision strike for Decker, who will try to take one of these guys out to get the salvage from them, just for the value of it. But yep, blast the dragon. Excellent. Plenty of damage done there. His leg is almost off. That should come off next turn. Alternatively, I could
Standing by.
push him and take it off this turn, but I don't feel like that would be the best use. Decker, let's see.
Good to go.
Behemoth, you can't get into melee range from there. Very unfortunate. But
Ready for orders.
let's move Decker up as far as he can. And let's get him to pound this grasshopper into oblivion with a nice called strike. Hopefully get rid of his entire head. Because they're firing off so many individual things here. Hopefully we can get through all that. Ooh, there's a fair amount of shots. Come on. Hey, head destroyed. Decker,
One less
you're
target.
beautiful. I love you, man.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, now that that guy's gone, we can start working on this other guys, the dragon. There's no position here that gets me a good % chance on this guy, where I have decent percentages on this guy back here, even while staying in the forest, 80%. So let's position, so I'm just barely looking at him, because I want to not give my back to the other dragon there. And let's pound this guy. And then Behemoth,
Waiting for orders.
being the tank that she is. Can I get a good position here? Probably not, in order to hit this guy. So I just shoot from this position. Although I do want to rotate on spot, just so I'm, again, keeping majority of my my facing to protect against this mech coming down, because I don't want him to have free back shots. But again, we'll just take another shot at the dragon from this range. Just a few medium lasers, but thankfully enough to take off the
Target's
torso,
taking a critical hit.
which will
Hell yeah.
lower his amount of damage he can do. What is that? Like a LRM 20? Or is that like a pair of
Damage
LRM
is minor, Commander.
15s? I'm not sure what could be shooting that. Maybe a LRM carrier vehicle? Although I think that's a Jaeger mech. Isn't there the Jaeger mech that has like AC2s and LRM 15s in each arm? That seems appropriate to how much fire is coming in, and head injuries. Hate it. I think what we need to do is we need to push around this this rock right here and push right up to where this dragon is, because that's going to give us cover from where those LRMs and stuff are coming from. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. Okay. Ooh, camera flying around. We are going to...
Ready for orders.
We're going to move Zabanshi up and get a flanking shot on this guy.
On the move.
Get up there quicker. There we go. And just get a shot.
Affirmative.
Really, we need to get her into punch range in order to get all these small lasers on target. But, whatever. Moose. Oh, you actually can't hit the guy from there. Is there any location at which you can jump to, which you get a direct line of fire on this guy? I can jump down, but that would get me out of cover, which isn't a good thing. But I'd like to get a direct line of fire. I guess I can
Commander.
not, and I can leave this to Scarface to finish up. Because Scarface is still still fresh, so she can end this guy for me. Yep, there we go.
Enemy down.
Enemy has been destroyed. And then Moose can take a shot at this guy. Anywhere you hit on this guy would be appropriate. But let's see. Decker is quite amazing, remember? And so we want him to move... let's see here. Probably stay in the forest, but move up a little bit and face towards this guy. Also, the benefit is that if we take out the guys at long range, we take out the guys here, the guys at long range won't have anybody spotting for them anymore. So that's going to overheat me, so let's coolant vent. So we can get rid of all that coolant. And shoot at this dragon with everything focused on its head. Head destroyed, lethal damage.
One less target.
My god, Decker, you're turning into a goddamn killer. Okay. Now, we just need to wait for the enemy to get into a position that they can see us again, or we can get into a position where we can see them. So
Position
let's
confirmed.
sprint you forward, and let's start seeing what we can do here. Okay. 50 ton, 65 ton. Yeah, that's a pair of Jaegers. That's what's back there. So, just thinking about this. My range with this guy is probably out to here, so I need them to come forward to me. What I should probably do is get the Highlander off the high ground and get him back with the team. Meantime, sprint the Battlemaster up and sprint the Stalker up.
On it.
Get everyone tucked into the forest here.
Okay. Now it's
Now they have to come to us. Because we are tucked into a nice little depression here. They have to move forward enough to get line of sight on us before they can actually shoot. Which is thankfully saving us from these rounds of gunfire. Excellent. Okay. Sprint. Yeah, sprint's probably best. We'll sprint you. Oh, interestingly, I can almost get to that forest. But we'll just sprint you into this forest here. As I want to get you in defense
What's up,
here.
boss?
If I take a single step forward, I can blast on these guys. So I could open up. Let's open up a volley this turn. Let's step up right to the edge of the
moving
forest. And there we go. Yep, a pair of Jaeger mechs and a Treb. So we're in the forest here. We have good cover. Let us say... What's probably be the biggest problem. We have 70 resolve. These take 30 resolve, so we can actually do 2 precision strikes in this turn if we wish. Let's say not use a precision strike with her because most of her weapons aren't on target. Let's soften up the Treb. Next turn, I'm going to run forward, and I'm going to try to melee these guys, probably.
Yes, Commander.
Standing by.
Decker, move on up. And we'll get you a shot into the leftmost Jaeger with precision, because we know that's what you do. You headshot. That is your job.
Launching in all weapon systems.
Well, you hit the head, but you didn't kill it. So, good try. But, unfortunately, it's still there.
Standing by.
You weren't able to go 3 for 3.
Location confirmed.
Which would be absolutely insane if he could, but he wasn't able to. And then I'll save my resolve for Decker again next turn because he's got the best chances. This Jaeger mech will die next turn from Decker because just the percentages of it will probably kill it through the head. But it is the best probable chance for me to shoot. Let's try to eviscerate, I don't know, one of these guys' side torsos. Let's try to take the side torso off of this guy. 50% to go through his side.
On it.
Yes. Structure exposed. Alright. Come on, enemy turn. What can you do, enemy? Yeah, shoot the Banshee. That's what she's there for. Don't shoot my actual damage dealers just behind her. You're just moving yourself into punch range. You know this, right? Banshee will come forward and punch you so hard it'll knock you in the next week. Punch!
Heading out.
I still need to find punch mods for this
Targeting
mech.
for physical attack.
Oh, ooh. Bye, torso. So much damage. Wonderful. Oh no, you shot me in the side. Oh no, structure is
That shot got past my
exposed.
armor.
Doesn't matter, there's nothing in those arms. It's completely useless. And now, you are done.
On it.
Ooh, another headshot.
Eliminated.
Headshots all day long. That's 3 for 3 from Decker here. Well, 3 out of 4 times I've done that, I've gotten the kill. So, we're doing just fine. Positioning, can I get a shot on this guy? He is 1-tap dead. This guy is got more health than that. Let's see. If I move up even closer, now it's still 70%. It's not like I'm going to get a better shot at him, so we'll just move up to the edge of the forest and take a shot at the Treb.
Firing full complement on this.
Die, Trebuchet. Excellent.
Reporting critical hit.
Didn't kill him, but softened him up. And now with everything nice and soft, Moose is going to move forward as far as he can and take a wonderful shot at the Treb, ending him, hopefully. Fire everything.
All weapons committed.
Ooh, yes. That Gauss hit in a good position. that was entirely down to the Gauss rifle landing in the CT. But yeah,
Damn.
that was it. Alright, alright, Jagermech. You have one last remaining pathetic turn. And you miss the majority of your shots. And that's it. You're over. As we are going to destroy you. So, Decker,
For orders.
because you can. Oh god, this is not going to work. He'll kill him with just regular damage instead of the headshotting, but why not? Just destroy him. Doesn't matter if you kill him through the head or the CT. He is gone.
Tango down.
Oh, beautiful. And that is it. Excellent work, Commander. That should send the appropriate message.
Mission successful.
Successful. And we're out of there. But holy crap, Decker is amazing. I hear all these people, it's like almost a meme sometimes in my Discord where they're being like, but Decker always dies and stuff like that. And I'm like, no. If you keep Decker alive, he turns into a god. But we got our payment increased by 20%, but we don't care because our payment was minuscule. What we want, what we so desire. Decker's out for 12 days. Banshee can take a little bit of healing, but look at all of the mech salvage. Look at it all. Oh my god. It's like just inundated with mech salvage. It's crazy. Alright, so we'll take the Grasshopper because, yeah, it's a Grasshopper. It's a 70-tonner. It's not a bad mech. And then we'll confirm that, and we have chances because we're going to get 14 in total to get other mechs. And then, oh, look at that. We randomly get a dragon as well. Nice. So let's continue on from there. Take a look at our salvage. Just accidentally salvage a dragon. Just out of nowhere. Just, it happens. Oh, this is amazing. But it's taking its sweet time to get back to the mech lab and take a quick peek at our mechs, and then that will be it for this episode. Don't be fooled by its if I can pronounce things, whimsical name. The Grasshopper is a killer that specializes in hunting down light and medium mechs. Its superb jump ability and good armor allow it to get behind foes easily and bring its all-energy weapons to bear. And the Dragon 1N is a beefy machine that can take a serious beating, but tends to be light on weaponry, moves fast, and MechWarrior training is required. Well, we're going to take a look at our bays. We will put these guys down into the heavy bracket. We're actually take the Dragon, and we'll send it to storage because we don't really need it. We'll keep the Grasshopper around because it's tied for our sort of lightest heavy at the moment, and we'll repair up, just take a day for the Banshee. But that is going to be it for this episode. When we come back, we'll continue with the contracts on this planet, and eventually, probably about 3 or 4 episodes from now, we'll be doing the final mission. But thanks for watching, and good hunting.